No problem.
Thank you. Let's go. Ciao a tutte le ascoltatrici e a tutti gli ascoltatori di Radio Quar. Ben ritrovate e ben ritrovati all'ascolto di Music in a Box. Sono Salvatore e Music in a Box è il nostro programma dedicato alle interviste. Oggi con me a Music in a Box c'è Alberto. Ciao Alberto.
Ciao a tutti.
Oggi Alberto siamo particolarmente felici perché intervisteremo un ospite eccezionale. Dopo Steve Albini della settimana scorsa credo sia un bis niente male. E agli inizi della nostra storia di Radio Quar mai avremmo pensato di intervistare dei musicisti così importanti. Comunque, bando alle ciance, vado a presentare subito il nostro ospite. La band da lui fondata, i Melvins, provengono da Montesano, nello stato di Washington, sono tra le formazioni fondamentali tra la fine degli anni 80 e i 90. I loro suoni pesanti e rallentati, la loro voglia di sperimentare sono tra le maggiori influenze di tante band che da loro hanno preso ispirazione. Ad esempio i Boris, che prendono il nome proprio da una loro canzone, oppure i Neurosis o tante altre band metal e non. E i Melvins hanno prodotto qualcosa come 30 dischi, tantissime collaborazioni, tantissimi tour in giro per il mondo. E i Melvins sono attualmente composti da King Buzz, chitarra e voce, Dale Crover alla batteria e Steve McDonald al basso. E sicuramente non ci sono parole, Alberto, per presentare il nostro ospite per la sua grandezza, e siamo veramente orgogliosi e felici di avere come ospite Buzz Osborne, meglio conosciuto come King Buzz. Hi Buzz, thank you and be warmly welcome to Radio Quar.
Hello. I feel welcome. Thank you so much.
And we would like to thank you for this chat. Believe me, we are very, very thrilled to talk with you.
Thank you.
How are you? First question.
Okay. Ready to do the interview. I'm ready.
Okay, let's start with the first question. So looking back at these 14 years of Melvins, what do you think can be the turning point, the right moment when you felt clearly that the taken road, the taken direction was right, and that Melvins could have been your full-time job? And on personal base, and are the two moments coincidence or not?
Well, we started the band in '83, and by 1988, we were starting to do well enough with record sales that we quit our regular jobs. But it didn't mean we had a lot of money. It just means that I've made my living ever since then as a full-time musician. So I'm pretty happy about that. I never had a good job. I only had crappy jobs, so it's kind of nice. This is a lot of work, but I don't mind. As far as a turning point, I always worked. I always had a job since I was 14 or 15 years old. I always worked, so the idea of not working, I don't know. It never occurred to me. If I needed money, I would go get a job. It wouldn't matter what job. And I don't understand people who sit around broke when you can get a job doing something. Doesn't matter what it is.
Okay.
That makes sense. So it is linked to the second question I would like to ask you, because Melvins, probably more than other bands, never remains the same all over these years. And in my opinion, they always gave the impression of doing their own thing, and no matter what the showbiz tells to do, no matter what there was the dynamics that the showbiz asked to a band, like doing records touring, this kind of the stuff. And so the question was, what's been the engine, the wheel the creed that pushed you all along this year? And the first question. And the second question is, musically speaking, which are the aspects that stays the same, if there are, in all this year, and which aspect are the most obvious and evident changings?
Yeah, we've never been afraid to change. Certainly the band members. The core is me and Dale. Dale and I would be whatever me and him did. Whatever we do together would be the Melvins. It doesn't matter to me now at this point. When we had Kevin McManus in the band, the guy from the Cows, and we had to get rid of him for a wide variety of extracurricular activities. That's a good way to put it. We decided that from then on, we're going to do whatever we want with whoever we want, and it'll be the Melvins. I'm not going to get tied into one thing. So since then, we've done 2 drummers, the big business guys. We did the stand-up bass player with Melvin's Light with Trevor Dunn, and we've also done electric bass stuff with him, and we've done with Steve McDonald and Jeff Pincus as well. So yeah, I don't feel too married to that kind of structure. Changing is those people, all the different people have added something that we don't normally get because they're good musicians and they have something they bring to the table. But beyond that, we're not really afraid to do weird sounding records or strange stuff or, all over the map. I think we're capable of doing just about anything we want. So I'm happy about all that.
Yeah, but is it mainly because you have never asked by your records, with like your labels, to do something specific, something particular, right?
No, I've never had anybody tell me to do something one way or another. Not really. But I've never asked them to either. I'm sure if I ask them, what should we do? They would give me some answer. I don't know if it would be right or wrong. I mean, I'm open to criticism or to some degree from people that I know, but generally, I think I've thought about this more than they have, and I stick to my guns pretty much, and I haven't been wrong so far.
Yeah.
Okay. And Buzz, moving to the present days, in particular to your last records, Bad Mood Rising, how the songs were born, and can you talk about the process that put the song together on the record? Is it for you to an album born under lockdown days?
Well, on this record, I had a whole bunch of songs that were partially done, but I always do. I always have a lot of material that I was working on, and Steven and I got together, and over the course of about a week, we compiled a bunch of my stuff, enough stuff into it, and that we could have a whole lot. And I think it came out really good. I would like to work like that again. That would be really fun. It's the first time I ever did that. We made demos and presented them to Dale, and then we figured out what to do them. And once we got the whole band together, it was really a lot of fun to do. But we've made so many records and we've done it a wide variety of ways. There's no one way that I think is the right way to do anything. So, it's kind of nice to do something a little different.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're specifically talking specifically to the lyrically themes. There are something that are link all the songs together. And the second question is the title that evokes the Sonic Youth masterpiece, Wanted or not? I think so.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was. I always thought that was funny. The saying "bad mood rising" instead of "bad moon rising." Bad moon rising that's an old statement. You know, I mean, Creedence Clearwater had Bad Moon on the Rise. They had that. Creedence Clearwater.
Yeah.
Bad Moon Rising it's not, you know, like I said, it's an old saying in English, you know, and at least in America.
Yeah.
So it's a good take on, it's a funny take on that, I thought.
Okay.
And is there a lyrics that, I think the lyrics in this are mostly pretty positive. If I think about all of them, there's nothing too damning on it, you know. I took during this album, I'd never done this before, and I'll have to put it out at some point. But I took meticulous notes on how we recorded it. Like every guitar I used, every effect I used, every amp I used, I had it all meticulously written down, exactly what I did, and what song had what guitars, and because it's always different. And then I realized we've done that a lot of times with records in the past, and I realized that nobody really knows that, how we work along those lines, how you put the record together, and it's a wide variety of things you would never do live. And that was kind of interesting. So maybe I'll have to post that at some point.
Okay. And with the Bad Mood Rising, you returned to Amphetamine Reptile Records, which was with you with Onky and even earlier with Pring. Why this choice? And with IPCAP, what kind of relationship remains?
Oh, we have a great relationship with the Bacac. I mean, throughout the whole time, we've always done records with Amphetamine Reptile. Always. Lots and lots of limited edition stuff all through the whole time we've been on Ipecac. So there's no ever, you know, I mean, on Ipecac in the last couple of years, we put out a bunch of reissues. We put out a 4-album record. We put out a Melvins 1983 album, a lot of stuff. So there's no lack, none, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so in 2021, you released your first acoustic record, the Five Legged Dog, with Melvins. So the question is, what there's behind this choice? And on the other hand, you already had a similar solo experience with Machine Kills Artists. Were these two isolated episodes, or can we expect a sequel for both?
Yeah, I did this Machine Kills Artists. I also did another acoustic album, Gift of Sacrifice. And that we had a whole tour planned, Europe, US, big acoustic tour, all got canceled because of COVID. And so sitting there in COVID, and that's when we did the acoustic thing. So I was already kind of acoustic minded when it all got canceled, and then we sat at home for 2 years and did the 4-album acoustic thing, which is like 2.5 hours of music, I think.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it came out great.
Okay. A constant in your production and live shows is the use of cover songs from Alice Cooper, Flipper, Fleetwood Mac, Merle Haggard. However, there is one that intrigues us, and we particularly like contained in Working with God. I Fuck Around, your interpretation of I Get Around by the Beach Boys. Why this choice, and have you ever played it live?
I've never played it live.
Oh, why?
I don't know. We just never. It's a hard song to play. We would. I mean, we could. But I always thought it was funny just that I get around. I go, oh, I fuck around. That's funny. So then we would, in sound checks, we would sometimes, you know, fuck around with that a little bit. You know, round, fuck around, that fuck around, and then I said, oh, we should cover it. we should do a whole cover of it. So tried to make it as much like the Beach Boys as we could. It was really hard. I mean, getting all the vocals right, and all that stuff wasn't easy, but we did it. And I think it came out really funny.
Yeah, sure.
And do you like the Beach Boys?
Yeah, I love the Beach Boys. Most eras of it, I really like. I really like the weird Smile stuff is probably my favorite, but I like all their surf stuff, all that stuff. I think it's all really good. Really love it.
Mm-hmm. And the Kiss, because I have read your interview where said I like the Kiss.
Yeah, I like some of that stuff for sure. They've always been nice guys. When we met them, we did some shows with them. When they first put the makeup on, they were really super nice. But I wouldn't care about them if they didn't have good songs. And I think they have some good records and some really good songs. I mean, they were a good band.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
The next question is a particular one, and it's so personal. But how would you describe your relationship, your partnership in some ways between you and Dale Crover? What's the secret of working together with the same person with all these years?
Dale's a really good player. He's a good guy. He understands my vision musically. He can interpret it perfectly, and we don't really argue or fight about anything. I never have.
Okay.
It just works. If we have problems within the band, it's not between us two. Good. I can throw really wacky stuff at him and he can interpret it and make it work. That's odd, you know.
Yeah. But your career sees lots of side projects and collaboration. Phantomas, Venomous Concept, you works with Jello Biafra, Battle Surfers, Tool, and many more. What are the most important things that your side projects have given you? And 3 questions. You evaluate if you want to answer. The collaboration you are most proud of, the one that listening to it you say, I could have really avoided this, and an artist with whom you like or would have liked to work?
Oh yeah. There's lots of people that we've asked to do stuff and they said no. I'm not going to tell you who they are.
Oh, yeah. We're curious.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to say. We have a new one coming out with this band I really like called Helms Ali.
Yeah.
They're from Washington State. We have a compilation or a collaboration with them that's coming out soon. Almost a whole album of stuff we did.
Oh, yeah.
We did that at the beginning of the pandemic, and it took us this long to finally get it done. So that's coming out soon. That came out really good. So, and we're doing a new one with we took our very first 7-inch and we re-recorded it. So on the record, you get the first 7-inch, and then on the other side, you get new versions of the same songs recorded now. So came out good.
Okay.
Going back to the current events, your latest album was initially released only on vinyl and then on various streaming platforms. So I'm afraid they've probably already asked you hundreds of times, but what is your thoughts on Spotify and more generally on music streaming?
That's not how I would want to store music myself, but I use the streaming services, especially on tour, because you can listen to whatever you want to mostly. But I kind of foresee a day when if everything's online or it's in the cloud, someone can go in and re-edit stuff that they don't like or take out stuff they don't like. And like, I don't like the way that, this person is, and it can just disappear. That's why if I want a movie, I'll buy the DVD of it or the Blu-ray of it. if I want music, I'll buy the CD, and then I have it. Then I don't have to worry about it disappearing on me, So, but I collect stuff. I'm a collector, so I collect all kinds of things. So I don't take that sort of thing lightly. But I prefer CDs over vinyl. But people like vinyl. Some people do. So we'll make it. I really don't care how people listen to my music. I mean, if they want to listen to crappy MP3s on streaming, oh well. They used to listen to crappy cassettes a long time ago. Not really a lot different. And then they talk about how difficult it is for bands to get paid now with the streaming service. Well, there was no era. Nothing's changed for the bands. There was no era where the bands ever got paid.
But
they never got paid. If they're not getting paid now, it's no different than it was 30 years ago when they weren't getting paid. So, the only people who are making less money now are the record labels. The record labels are making less money. The bands are making the same they ever did. Just nothing.
But Bad Mood Rising is out only in vinyl last
CD.
year.
It's on CD.
Yeah. Okay.
We made CDs and we made it's on. So you can stream it.
Okay. After in streaming.
What now? What was that?
The Bad Mood Rising is out.
Yeah, I
after.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buzzo, my curiosity, Melvins TV, what happened?
Oh well, we did 3 of those during the pandemic when we couldn't play live shows. They were live in our studio in LA, and I thought they came out great. We're gonna hopefully put those out as a DVD, Blu-ray DVD. That'd be great.
Okay. Nowadays, do you still find interesting artists to draw inspiration from? And more generally, what do you listen to in your free times, perhaps to relax or where you are in tour, on the bus?
Oh, I like new bands that I draw inspiration from. There's a band called Taipei Houston I really like. There's a band called Helms Ali who we're doing that thing with. And there's another band on Ipecac I really like. They're new called the Bobby Lees. I like them a great deal. My own musical tastes are all over the map. I mean, I could listen to country music or, Judy Garland or hardcore punk stuff. I mean, you just never know. Miles Davis, especially Electric Miles. That's my favorite. On the Corner, Bitches Brew. Those I'll never touch. Live Magus. That one's a really good one. Miles Davis is incredibly evil, I think. That's some of the most music I've ever heard.
Yeah. I love the work of Miles Davis. Yeah.
Big
Which
Fun.
is true, is the best records in the of Miles.
Big Fun is really good. On the Corner is the one I got into first. Like 30 years ago or something. But I'll never tire of that stuff. It's weird music. Even now, it's really weird. Most people would have a hard time handling it. I don't know why, but I mean, I can listen to that stuff or jump back and forth between that and Throbbing Gristle and the Talking Heads and the Police and all kinds of bands. Lately, I've been into 80s pop music as well as really hardcore heavy metal.
And a question about generally the touring. So in recent times, American bands like Anthrax and Ministry had to cancel their European tours due to higher tourism expenses caused by financial inflation due to COVID and situation, the war in Ukraine. And so the question is, what is your thought about it? And do you think that the situation is bound to get worse? Will it be increasingly difficult to Americans to tour Europe and vice versa?
I don't know what the particulars were on their tour. I don't know why they couldn't afford it. I have no idea. But touring in Europe has always been expensive. But you do your best. I mean, I don't know what sorts of overhead they have for what they're doing. So I don't know. We'll do okay over there. We always have. We're coming to Italy and playing a couple shows in July.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bologna and
Torino.
Yes.
Turin.
Torino.
We'll be there.
Torino is where they build all the cars in Italy, right? The auto industries in Torino, right?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's northwest.
Northwest, right?
Northwest.
Yeah, we've been there before. It's not Italy. It's great. We always had a good time in Italy. Always.
Yeah, but some bands seems to have more difficulties than you have, or you will like other bands that with a sort of continue to touring in Europe and Italy. But I was wondering why some band have some problems just because they are have more codes. I don't know. I can't find easily an answer to my questions. That's why I was asking.
Well, I think maybe I don't know, but maybe they spend too much money. We keep it as simple as we can, and we don't have a lot of crazy overhead. And we're a punk band at the beginning. That's what we are, and so I've never forgotten that kind of thing. And like, we have 3 guys that travel with us and 3 musicians. That's it, and travel in one vehicle, and don't stay in expensive hotels, and just try to keep the cost as low as you can in order to keep going. We do the same thing here in the U.S., but I don't know what these bands are used to. I don't know how they normally work. So I
But
can't.
excuse me, how many people are touring with you? Just you 3, or how many more people? Like a tour manager?
Yeah, we have 2 roadies, one of which is a tour manager and a sound man as well. So 3 people. So 6 people
Plus
total.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 6.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
That's
you.
it. So it's not a lot of people. And this time in Europe, Dale is bringing his daughter is graduating from high school.
Oh yeah.
18, turning 18, and she's going to come with us on the whole European tour. So that'll be fun.
She's her first tour.
Yeah, she's never been to Europe.
Wow, it's a big present.
So she's looking forward to it. Yeah, so she graduates. She has her graduation ceremony, and the next day we get on a flight and fly to England.
Crazy.
Yeah. So then she'll be sharing a room with her dad the whole time. But
Yeah.
it's really fun. I mean, we're going to go, all over England. We're going to, Germany, Belgium, France, Prague, Austria, Croatia, Italy, Spain. It'll be really great trip. And we're going to Israel and Athens, Greece too.
Mm-hmm.
And Portugal too. So she'll be able to go on all that stuff. My parents never did that for me. So.
Because you never graduated or not? Because you have never graduated.
Yeah, but I mean that'll be really fun for her. I think that would be an exciting thing to do.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're driving everywhere, so she'll be able to see everything.
So no flights?
We fly to Athens, and we fly to Israel, and we fly back to and then we fly to Milan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But this is the tour for the 14th anniversary of the Melvins. What should we expect?
We're gonna do some stuff off our new record and a wide variety of things. I'm putting together a set of songs we haven't played a lot. I'd say a third of them Steven's never played at all, so should be good. So starting with our first 7-inch through our newest album, hit lots of stuff. Haven't been over to Europe since 2019. So it's time, we'll play a lot of songs that people want to hear, and just try to enjoy the fact that we're a band for 40 years, and we're weird anyway. So no matter what we do, it's weird. You can expect it to be weird. How about that?
That's for sure. That's enough for us.
Yeah.
So this would be like our last question, and I was so doubtful I don't know if to do or not, but I'm doing that, and then you answer whatever you want. So the question is, have you ever thought in this almost 40 years of putting, I don't know, maybe the answer maybe now, never, or 30 years ago, I don't know, but have you ever thought in these 40 years of putting an end to the story of the Melvins?
Well, you quit for I think two different reasons. One is you don't want to do it anymore for whatever reason. You don't want to do it, or nobody cares.
Yeah.
I haven't got to that point yet. We still have people that are interested in what we're doing. I'm very grateful for that, and as a result of that, I try to provide them with as much stuff as I can, and we try to do as many shows as we can every year. We do somewhere between 80 and 120 shows a year when it's not a pandemic. So last year we did 108 shows. This year we should do about the same, roughly. So we try to make records and we try to play live for people, because we think that that's the deal we made in order to be musicians, for full-time musicians, as we're supposed to work. I'm not afraid of working.
Okay, it's a great answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
But after the tour, there will be new records from the Melvins.
Yeah, we're working on a new album right now, but we're kind of always working on a new album. Plus, we did a whole album of Throbbing Gristle covers. That's coming out, and then we did our first 7-inch re-recorded. That's coming out. The Helms of Lee compilation is coming out, or collaboration is coming out. Plus some all this year, plus some reissues, and another surprise near the end of the year. Plus a new.
Okay. Secrets.
But there is already a title from these new records.
Yeah, but I'm not telling you what it is. Close to coming out.
Okay. But thank you for this amazing interview. It's been a real pleasure, and we are proud to have been our guest. We are looking forward to see in Torino.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye, Buzz.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.